So I did go ahead and do a full 2-stage polish and wax. So the paint is looking amazing and it's protected. That nice Summit white. I didn't do the roof. It's the only thing I didn't do because the paint is chipping and I need to kind of fix that first. Just took this thing for a little drive, warm up the oil. I'm gonna give it its first oil change. I've already replaced the air filter and cleaned everything. Got a lot planned for this truck, but it runs and drives very nice for having 199,500 miles on it. I can show some before pictures of the engine bay. It was very dirty. Yeah, got it all cleaned up now, and let's start draining this oil. There's the oil, just about full 6 quarts there. Took the oil filter off back in there, it's still dripping. I'm gonna be using this Valvoline high mileage 5W30 synthetic blend. It was on sale for like 17 bucks for 5 quarts, or a jug. So that's what I'm gonna be using. And oil filter. Here's the oil filter I'm gonna use. It's a Wix 51522. It's a little bit longer, taller than the factory AC Delco one. Figured a little extra surface area can't hurt. A little extra capacity too. Let's see, I also have a new driver's side door handle here because it unhooked. It's like broken on this side, so you have to only pull it from that side. I'll make a video on that sometime, but I'm gonna pre-fill it. Look at that, perfect. So this truck didn't come with a tailgate. As you can see in the before pictures, it also had these ugly LED taillights that I'm cleaning up and gonna put on eBay because they still work. So here's the LLY. I put those tail lights from the LLY onto here, and then I got new ones for this truck. You can see that these are brand new. Only difference is these are kind of yellowed and faded out a little bit from this truck. Since this is the work truck and everything, I'm gonna try to keep this one nice, and it's nice having kind of a sister truck that I can swap parts to. So that's that, and yeah, you can see there was some sort of like 5th wheel accident where it wasn't hitched and it probably slammed down onto the fender here, and it probably ripped out the tailgate because you can see these striker bolts are pulled back. So I'm gonna try to fix those, bend those back straight, and get this new tailgate to fit up in here. And got a new bumper on its way, so that will look good. Only thing left will be that dent, which I'm not too worried about, as well as that dent over on that side. It's really the worst of it on this truck. So yeah, here's the new tailgate. Found this off of eBay. Free shipping from Grand Rapids, Michigan, actually. It was only like 321 bucks, and it's pre-painted, which is nice. Just open it up to look. There's that nice Summit white, or Olympic white, paint code WA8624. And also bought some new hinges and new hardware kit, so new striker bolts, and I'm gonna get this rear end fully refurbished. Also looking down the side of the truck here, some of the only visible rust is, well, of course, there's a little bit on the rockers down there, which I'm gonna sand down and repaint that. It's down low, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not like it's eye level and everybody's gonna be looking at it. A little bit more rust right there, some bubbling on the door. But all in all, the fender is good. Yeah, so the worst rust is the rockers and this fuel door right here. So it's kind of bubbling there at the bottom, and it's pretty bad on the inside too. So on eBay, picked up a brand new pre-painted new fuel door. So this was only like $100 or so, but I figured that will really clean up the look of the side of the truck, and it'll also help for resale down the road, because you know that this rust is going to spread and it's going to start dripping down, and that's where your gas spills out and stuff. So I figured I might as well get a new door on there, and yeah, then I'll tackle the smaller stuff like this. So yeah. While we're over here, one other thing I did was add a locking gas cap. It's just a deterrent. I'm sure there's a way to pick that or get it open, but since the door itself doesn't lock, figure that's cheap insurance. That was only like $12, so put the key on your key ring and you're good to go. Since this truck will be sitting outside a lot, there's over $100 of gas in this thing at any given time, so lock that up. So I have now removed the rear bumper and the hitch. You can see back here it's not so bad, but it's pretty crusty through here, and sometimes I will be towing with this truck, so that didn't look very safe anymore. So got a new Curt Class 5 hitch. Gonna install that. Rear bumper is bent, kind of twisted up there, so I've got a new bumper as well. Let me show you the back of the truck. You can see there's the LLY over there, looking nice. Back of this truck is all ugly and taken apart. There's the spare tire. I've wire wheeled it, sanded it down, pressure washed it, and I'm gonna do some a new coat of Coro Seal and paint. Get that back in there. And then under here, I've already pressure washed it once, but it needs a good sanding job, and rust reformer, good paint job. Needs new shocks, needs diff fluid changed, exhaust needs some help to stay up. It's kind of hanging low. So yeah, removing that rear hitch, it wasn't too bad. So once you get the bumper off, it's pretty straightforward. There's just 4 bolts holding that hitch on to the frame. Just 2 right there and 2 right there. I believe they're 21 millimeter. And then this is the plug, 7-way plug for it. Just squeeze it and pull it out. It was pretty stuck in there, but if you just wiggle it out, you'll work it out. And bumper, license plate lights. So yeah, PB Blaster is your friend working on things like this. So yep, but just a little update on where I'm at with this. You can see I did get new taillights in this truck. Took out those old ugly LEDs. Actually, this truck got the new taillights, and I put those old taillights on this truck. So, but eventually, we're gonna get this to look like this. All nice and new. Also, here's the new tailgate. It's amazing. Free shipping all the way from Michigan, and it doesn't even have any dents or scratches. I have polished it, did a 1-stage polish on this and waxed it. You can still see the wax on it there. Need to buff it off, but it's just a nice, brand new tailgate. And I've got some new hardware that I'll put all in it. So that is in progress as well. Okay, so this is why the transmission was leaking. Right between the transmission and transfer case. I don't know if you can see, there's a tiny little crack, but it goes like all the way around this thing. And that's why transmission fluid was leaking even when the truck wasn't hot and it was just sitting. So someone must have jumped this truck apparently, and when it hit back down, the weight of it just cracked this. So it's just the adapter for the transfer case. So we got a new one under there. Actually a new used one, and fixed the leak. So that's good. I just have to clean up all that old oil because the leak was so bad that it's still actually leaking just from residue or residual.